The Kashmir Situation, A Diplomatic Dance with the US, is an educational documentary created for informational purposes only. The views and opinions expressed in this documentary are based on publicly available information and are intended to spark discussion and debate. The documentary does not aim to take a stance on the Kashmir dispute or promote any particular agenda. All efforts have been made to ensure the accuracy of the information presented, but we encourage viewers to conduct their own research and consider multiple perspectives on the issue. This documentary is not affiliated with any government, organization or entity and is solely intended for educational purposes. Welcome to Learning Life Content. Please like, share, comment and subscribe. Your support helps us grow and motivates us to bring you more fascinating and enriching stories. Kashmir. The very name evokes images of breathtaking beauty and simmering conflict. Nestled amidst the Himalayas, this land of snow-capped peaks and verdant valleys has been a source of contention for over 7 decades. The dispute over Kashmir is not just a territorial one. It is a complex web of history, religion and national identity. For India and Pakistan, it is an emotional issue, a matter of pride and principle. And for the United States, it presents a persistent diplomatic challenge, a balancing act between strategic interests and the pursuit of peace. This essay delves into the heart of the Kashmir issue, examining its historical roots, the evolving role of the United States, and the prospects for a lasting resolution. At the heart of the conflict lie fundamental questions. To whom does Kashmir rightfully belong? What is the way forward in a region teetering on the brink? And can the United States, with its global influence, play a constructive role in bridging the divide? These are questions that demand our attention. The Kashmir conflict is not just a regional problem. It has implications for global security and stability. The roots of the conflict trace back to the partition of British India in 1947, when the princely state of Jammu and Kashmir faced a choice between joining India or Pakistan. The United Nations intervened, leading to a ceasefire and the establishment of the line of control, but the issue remained unresolved. Over the decades, US diplomacy has oscillated between active engagement and cautious distance, reflecting the complexities of Cold War politics and regional alliances. In recent years, the US has sought to mediate, balancing its strategic interests in South Asia with the goal of fostering peace and stability in the region. To understand the Kashmir conflict, one must journey back to 1947, the year of India's independence from British rule. The partition of the Indian subcontinent into India and Pakistan was a tumultuous affair, marked by widespread violence and displacement. Millions were uprooted from their homes, and the scars of partition continue to haunt the region to this day. Kashmir, with its Muslim-majority population but a Hindu ruler, became a focal point of the conflict. The ruler, Maharaja Hari Singh, initially wished to remain independent but eventually acceded to India in the face of an invasion by Pakistani tribesmen. This accession, however, was contested by Pakistan, and the seeds of the Kashmir dispute were sown. The First Indo-Pakistani War of 1947-48 resulted in a ceasefire line that divided Kashmir, leaving a third of the region under Pakistani control. Azad Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan, and the rest under Indian administration, Jammu and Kashmir. This division, however, did little to quell the underlying tensions. The dispute over Kashmir has since become a defining feature of India-Pakistan relations. It has led to 2 more wars in 1965 and 1999, and countless skirmishes along the line of control, the de facto border that separates the two sides. Over the decades, the United States has played a significant role in mediating the conflict, often stepping in to de-escalate tensions and promote dialogue. American diplomacy has been instrumental in bringing both nations to the negotiating table, although a lasting resolution remains elusive. The US has also provided substantial aid and support to the region, aiming to foster stability and peace through various initiatives. As the Kashmir conflict continues to evolve, the role of US diplomacy remains crucial in seeking a peaceful and just solution for all parties involved. The United States, initially hesitant to get involved in what it perceived as a regional dispute, became increasingly engaged in the Kashmir issue, particularly during moments of heightened tension. The roots of the Kashmir conflict date back to the partition of British India in 1947, which led to the creation of India and Pakistan. One such instance was the Kargil War of 1999. This conflict was a significant chapter in the long-standing Kashmir dispute. In the spring of 1999, Pakistani troops disguised as Kashmiri militants infiltrated the Indian side of the line of control in the Kargil district. This infiltration was part of a broader strategy by Pakistan to internationalize the Kashmir issue. The incursion, which caught India off guard, escalated into a full-blown conflict. This was not the first time the region had seen such tensions. Previous wars in 1947, 1965 and 1971 had also drawn international attention. The Kargil War, fought at high altitudes in treacherous terrain, brought India and Pakistan perilously close to a nuclear confrontation. The spectre of nuclear war had loomed over the region since both countries conducted nuclear tests in 1998. The international community watched with bated breath as the two nuclear-armed neighbours exchanged artillery fire and engaged in aerial combat. The stakes were higher than ever before. The United States, under President Bill Clinton, played a pivotal role in defusing the crisis. Clinton's administration had been closely monitoring the situation in South Asia, given the nuclear capabilities of both nations. Clinton urged Pakistan to withdraw its troops from Kargil and engaged in intense diplomacy with both India and Pakistan. This was part of a broader US strategy to maintain stability in the region. The US pressure on Pakistan, coupled with India's military successes, eventually led to a Pakistani withdrawal and the end of the war. This episode underscored the critical role of US diplomacy in South Asia. In the aftermath of the Kargil War, the United States continued its efforts to promote dialogue and reduce tensions between India and Pakistan. The conflict, which erupted in 1999, saw intense fighting in the high-altitude region of Kargil, leading to significant casualties on both sides. The US approach, however, has been characterized by a delicate balancing act. Historically, the US has had to navigate the complex dynamics of South Asia, especially during the Cold War when India leaned towards the Soviet Union while Pakistan allied with the US. On the one hand, the United States recognizes India as a key strategic partner in the Asia-Pacific region. This partnership has deepened over the years, particularly with the signing of the US-India Civil Nuclear Agreement in 2008. The two countries share common interests in counter-terrorism, maritime security, and promoting a rules-based order in the Indo-Pacific. The Malabar naval exercises are a testament to this growing military cooperation. On the other hand, the United States has maintained ties with Pakistan, albeit strained at times. The relationship has been marked by periods of cooperation and tension, especially during the Soviet-Afghan War in the 1980s and the subsequent War on Terror. Pakistan's role in the War on Terror, its geographic importance as a transit route for supplies to Afghanistan, and its status as a nuclear-armed state have made it a country the United States cannot afford to ignore. The US has often had to balance its counter-terrorism objectives with concerns over Pakistan's internal stability. This dual-track approach has at times led to accusations of inconsistency and a lack of clarity in the US position on Kashmir. The region, claimed by both India and Pakistan, has been a flashpoint for conflict since the partition of British India in 1947. Nevertheless, the United States has consistently called for a peaceful resolution of the dispute through dialogue and has provided aid to both India and Pakistan. The US has also supported various confidence-building measures to reduce the risk of conflict in the region. In the late 1990s, the situation in Kashmir reached a critical turning point. The conflict had escalated, drawing international attention and concern. The roots of this conflict trace back to the partition of British India in 1947, which led to the creation of India and Pakistan. The United States, recognizing the gravity of the situation, began to take a more active role in seeking a resolution. Historically, US involvement in South Asia has been shaped by Cold War dynamics and the strategic importance of the region. Diplomatic efforts were intensified, and the US urged both India and Pakistan to engage in dialogue and find a peaceful solution. This was part of a broader strategy to maintain regional stability and prevent nuclear escalation. Despite these efforts, tensions remained high, and the road to peace was fraught with challenges. The historical grievances and territorial claims added layers of complexity to the conflict. However, the increased involvement of the international community marked a significant shift in the dynamics of the Kashmir conflict. The US played a pivotal role in bringing global attention to the humanitarian issues in the region. As we move forward, it is essential to understand the complexities and the historical context that continue to shape the region today. The legacy of past conflicts and diplomatic efforts still influences the present-day situation in Kashmir. Over the decades, the people of Kashmir have endured immense suffering. Generations have grown up amidst conflict, their lives marked by violence and uncertainty. The scars of this prolonged strife are deep and pervasive, affecting every aspect of daily life. Since the partition of India in 1947, Kashmir has been a flashpoint of conflict. US diplomacy has played a crucial role in peace efforts, striving to mediate and bring stability to the region. Today, the situation remains precarious. The threat of renewed violence looms large, casting a shadow over any hope for stability. Since the partition of 1947, Kashmir has been a flashpoint between India and Pakistan. US diplomacy has played a crucial role in attempting to mediate peace, though tensions continue to escalate. Meanwhile, the local population remains caught in the crossfire, yearning for a peaceful resolution. In such a volatile environment, dialogue becomes not just important, but imperative. Since the partition of 1947, Kashmir has been a flashpoint for conflict between India and Pakistan. US diplomacy has played a crucial role in mediating tensions and fostering dialogue. It is through open communication and mutual understanding that a path to peace can be forged. All stakeholders must come to the table, willing to listen and compromise for the greater good. The call for peace and justice in Kashmir is louder than ever. The world must not turn a blind eye to the plight of its people. The Kashmir conflict dates back to 1947, when India and Pakistan gained independence from British rule. True peace can only be achieved when justice is served. And the US has played a significant role in diplomatic efforts over the decades, and the rights and dignity of all are upheld. From the Cold War era to the present day, US diplomacy has aimed to mediate and support peace initiatives. It is time for the international community to act, drawing on historical lessons and diplomatic strategies to support a resolution that ensures a brighter future for Kashmir, one that honors its complex history and the efforts of global diplomacy. Thank you for watching Learning Life content. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Your support helps us grow and motivates us to bring you more fascinating and enriching stories.